Welcome to Heavy Metal Monday.
Hey, it's Mike Capurleone coming here live from Varsity House Gym. Welcome back to another edition of Heavy Metal Monday. Okay, guys. So today at the end of the show, we're going to get started with my exercise. But I'm excited because I'm going to be giving you my 10th. Okay, what I think is, in my personal opinion, the #1 song ever written in rock and roll history. And before we get to that, I want to get to the exercise at hand today. And last week I started off showing you guys the abdominal exercise that I got from Louis Simmons and. Was told to me by Joe Riggio. You know, Joe is the host of the Beef Lab podcast every Sunday. So he showed me some stuff that these guys were doing abdominal wise, and it was off the Bosu ball. And anything that really, you got to take information from the best guys that are in this field. And to my eyes, Westside and Louis Simmons obviously are legendary guys out there. So anything they say, I'm always interested in trying out some stuff. So today I'm going to bring you another exercise that they've have started doing that I saw actually pretty recently, and it was bandit push-ups. So what you're going to see here is I'm going to have the thick bands. The thickest bands we have here in the gym are the average bands, and we have two. They're two different colors, but they're the same band. And you're going to see how I set this up. And when you take a look at this, it's going to be, I set the J hooks inside the rack, and depending on how good you are at push-ups. So, if you have an individual that's, struggles on push-ups a little bit, you may want to go a little higher with the J hooks. But if you have an elite athlete or someone's really strong and good at push-ups, you can put it pretty low. And what it is I'm going to take, I have the two J hooks, they set up evenly, so in our racks there's 29 holes down where I put it, each side. And then I took an average band and I stretched it out and placed it inside the J hook, right? Now, depending on the size of the individual, you may need a couple bands. So, for me, I needed 3 to make sure that, it held me up and still had buoyancy, but it wasn't, my fists weren't going all the way to the ground, because then there is no point. You need to be elevated to have that unstable effect to it. So I had 3 average bands going across, and it worked out perfectly. And today, as part of my workout, I threw those in there for the first time, and I had a total 100 of them. And they were absolutely brutal. It almost reminded me of sort of like the bamboo bar, but for push-ups. When I finished the lockout of the push-up, it was really engaging my upper back and my shoulders, my stabilizers, as I was trying to fight to make sure I wasn't rocking back too much. Very tough, very difficult. I do not recommend these to anyone who's just starting out training. This should be for any type of real elite athlete, or really someone who's pretty strong in the strength world. So you're going to give these a look. I do 10 reps here in the video. I just got done doing 100, and then I came back and shot that, and I did another 10, and I was pretty gassed when I went back and did these 10. So pretty difficult. If you have an opportunity, throw these into your workout. I hope you guys enjoy these. Check this one out, and make sure you stay tuned at the end of the show for my 10th, what I think is the best song ever written. Let's do it. Okay, guys, so I hope you kind of enjoy that exercise. Like I said, it was pretty brutal. Really give those ones a shot. And even if you don't have bands, you should purchase some bands. One of the best websites for band buying is elitefts.com. That's where we get all our bands here at Varsity House, and you definitely should invest in some bands. And obviously, there's a lot of great exercises you can do. And this was brand new to me, and it's a lot of fun. And it's funny, once I set that up today in the gym, I think I left it there, and everybody was trying it out. So all the coaches and some of our NFL guys were like, oh, let me try that. And everyone was stepping in and trying it. So it's kind of cool, it gets people talking. So it's always good to try some new stuff, and it was pretty tough. So, okay, guys, so on to my number 10 here. This is not necessarily in any order that I did this. This is just what I thought was, leading up to this, I should say, there's really no order. From 1 through 9, there's really no order. And there's so many terrific songs out there that, there's always a gray area. This is not, there may be some songs I probably missed that I'm like, oh man, I may listen to a couple weeks from now and be like, oh man, how did I not include that one? So, but this is just at the top of my head. These are the songs that made so much an impact that I were like, I had to definitely put these on. And this song to me that I'm going to do now is, in my personal opinion, is the #1 song ever written in rock and roll. And during the New Year's time, Q104.3 always does like I don't know if it's 1,000, but I think they do the countdown from like starting in November. But they do like the top 1,000 songs of classic rock and roll. And this song, I believe, is always number 3. And I mentioned this earlier on an episode. And #1 is always Stairway to Heaven. And I know Stairway to Heaven is a terrific song, but in my eyes, Freebird by Leonard Skinner is the #1 song of all time ever written in rock and roll. Obviously, I'm a huge metalhead and love all the Lamb of Gods and Devil Drivers and stuff like that, but I still have a really big influence in listening in all the classic rock. And Leonard Skinner is one of my favorite classic rock bands of all time. And I think Freebird is just the ultimate rock and roll song. I think from the beginning to the end, it builds you. It has a slow beginning. It builds into what is one of the best guitar solos that I've ever heard. And just kind of the drumming in that is just, it's so fast at the end and so cool and beyond it, ahead of its time. Just a tremendous song. And so that's it. So that is, in my personal opinion, that's the 10 songs that I'm giving you here. And if you haven't heard any of these songs and you're new to listening, you're a young kid and you're new to listening to music, this will get you off to a good start. Okay, Freebird, in my personal opinion, the #1 song ever written in rock and roll. Okay, guys, so that does it for me. I hope you enjoyed that exercise today. I hope you're enjoying watching this show. If you have any opinions about what you think could be the top 10 or in a song that maybe I should have included, please contact me, and I'll definitely take some consideration and see maybe I made a mistake. Maybe you have a song that I think should have been in the top 10. So try that exercise out. You won't be disappointed. It's a really great exercise. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys all next week. Make sure you check us out here at varsityhousegym.com. I'll see you guys all next week. And until then, stay heavy.